everyone, my name is Sarah, and today we're going to be talking about the Korean space launch vehicle. So, very, very exciting news for any of you guys who enjoy studying outer space or just, that sort of thing in general. Alright, so let's get started. The launch of the Korea Space Launch Vehicle-2, known in Korea as Nuri, from the Naro Space Center will be delayed from February 2021 to October of the same year. The second launch, which will put a satellite weighing 1,360 kilograms into orbit around Earth, will be postponed from October 2021 to May 2022. Perhaps this isn't the news that some of you wanted to hear, but they probably have their reasons for it. So originally, this Nuri was supposed to be launched into space next month, so in February of 2021. However, the launch has been delayed or postponed or pushed back, 미루다, to October of the same year. So we're just gonna have to wait, I think, 8 more months in order to launch this thing into space. So there were actually 2 planned launches. The first one originally being in February, and it was moved to October. And the second launch, which was going to put a satellite into orbit or make it spin around the Earth, this was also postponed, which is same exact meaning as delayed, from October 2021 to May 2022. So yes, both launches have been pushed back roughly 7 to 8 months. The revised date was announced by the Ministry of Science and ICT during a meeting of the Presidential Committee on Space Development on December 29th. So to revise means to 수정하다, 편집하다, to edit or to fix or to change. And so basically, for whatever reason, they thought that it wasn't a good idea to launch these things into space at the original time, so they had to revise or change the date. And this was announced in December on the 29th. The committee noted that it changed the previous release date in consideration of an assessment by an evaluation team made up of 15 academic and industry experts. The team concluded that the first launch should be carried out in October of this year, and the second launch in May 2022 to improve the success rate of the Nuri rocket and ensure stable development. Okay, so this slide obviously has a lot of vocabulary words. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, that's a lot, but don't worry, I'm going to explain them one by one. So as we mentioned earlier, the Ministry of Science and ICT had to revise the original launch date of Nuri. And in this section, they explain their reasoning why. So the committee noted or said or put it on the record that they had to change the previous release date in consideration of or because of an assessment made by an evaluation team. So this evaluation team, it had 15 experts, and they made a report or an assessment that basically said, I think it would actually be better if you delayed or pushed back the launch date by about 7 to 8 months. And so that's what the committee told everyone or noted. So the team made up of these experts concluded or reached the conclusion or decided that the first launch should be carried out or 실시하다 in October of this year and the second launch in May 2022 to improve the success rate and ensure stable development. So when you ensure something, you are making sure that it actually is going to happen. You are solidifying it. 고정시키고 있다. Nuri is approximately 47 meters long and weighs 181,400 kilograms, reaching a diameter of 3.3 meters. The public is looking forward to its launch, as Nuri is the first Korean projectile to carry out its entire process, ranging from design to development, production, and launch. So this word approximately, basically in Korean you can just say 대략 or 야. It's approximately, so not exactly, but just about 47 meters long. That's pretty long. And it weighs 181,400 kilograms. Whoa. So I have definitely been putting on a little bit of weight ever since this whole quarantine business started, but at least I'm not anywhere close to this because that would just be ridiculous. So the diameter is 3.3 meters. So a diameter, when you take a circle, so kind of like this one, and you measure a line It goes from one end of the circle to the other end. That's called the diameter. So the diameter of this cylindrical shape is 3.3 meters. So it's 47 meters tall, 3.3 meters wide, and it weighs this much. So it's a very, very huge thing, and you definitely don't want to, make a mistake when you're launching it into space. However, the public is looking forward to the launch because Nuri is the first projectile or thing to get shot into space that was completely designed, developed, produced, and launched all within Korea. The main reason it is taking longer than originally scheduled is because the first stage rocket requires more research. The Korean government said it has invested roughly 2 trillion won to develop the launch vehicle without any support from foreign nations since 2010. Experts also took note that additional time is needed to conduct a test in order to verify stability. So basically, this thing has been developing in Korea for the past more than 10 years now, and the government has invested roughly, or 대략 again, 2 trillion won. Whoa, so that's a lot of money. That's more money than you and I will probably ever see in our entire lives, to be honest. And the most amazing thing is that this launch vehicle was created without any support from foreign nations. So typically when you're developing something like things that go into space, you actually need a lot of help because it's very, 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 very expensive. I cannot overestimate how expensive it is. It's extremely, extremely expensive. And it requires a lot of research and information. And usually, unless it's like the United States or Russia, because of the space race during the Cold War, it's pretty hard for just one country to have all of those resources and also the information, and then also the scientists who can actually carry the thing out. So this is the first time that Korea has been able to do this. However, because the first stage rocket requires more research and because more time is needed to conduct a test to verify or check or 확인 stability, they decided to put off the launch until later this year and next year, which is probably actually a good choice because especially since it's the first Korean project, you really don't want it to explode in the sky or something crazy. All right, well, that is all for today's video. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. Shoot for the stars, if you will, in your English studies and in, your other activities in life as well. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.